Here on Breaking News with the Magic Matters correspondents. No. Hello and welcome to Magic Matters. We are so glad you're here. My name is Deni.
I'm Erica.
And we are here with a news break. We've got lots of news here happening in the theme park universe. And so we want to settle in and talk with you about it so that you're up to speed as well. So number one, if you're not following us on all things social or here on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, why not, friends? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Throw us a like if you enjoy the episode and make sure that you come back and watch every week. So Magic Matters Pod is where you'll find us, and we would love for you to hang out. And we've got a shout out.
Yep, we're going to give a shout out to our wonderful producer, Life Strong Media, doing 2 jobs right now.
Unbelievable.
Producing this right behind the camera and editing photos from a photo shoot. Look at her go.
It's stunning to watch.
The efficiency
is off the charts.
Yes.
So definitely thank you, Light Strong Media. So Erica, you have written on our handy dandy cue cards today, note cards, what you consider to be the biggest news in theme park happenings this week.
These are just a few that I found. So, we get some of those slower weeks where it's like the news is a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cupcake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's been a couple of slow-ish weeks. So I tried to pick like 3 big things.
I like
that are happening that we need to be aware of. And I think they affect different members of the Disney fandom community.
But if they've got a trip coming up in 2025, they're going to want the heads up about these things.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. So we're going to touch on that. But before we jump all the way in, I want to know if you have a Disney moment of the week.
I absolutely do. I went to Gideon's the other night. So ended up getting some things done at Disney Springs the other night at Starbucks West Side. Shout out. That team is so good over there. And getting some stuff done over there. My husband surprised me and came over and joined me, which is so wonderful. He is so good at doing that. And we ended up at Blaze Pizza for some comfort pizza. And then I said, hey, you want to go see if there's a standby line only for Gideon's? He said, yeah, sure. And so did a little vlog there, which felt really good to do, and had the key lime cookie. And then Brian also threw in the dark coffee cake, which is an evening exclusive cookie, and the banana bread chocolate chip. So that was a lot of fun. But key lime cookie, chef's kiss.
Oh, amazing.
So it was so fun. What about you?
So as you mentioned in the last podcast, it was a crazy weekend filled with birthdays. Mm-hmm. So literally the whole family was here. So I have 2 Disney moments.
Love that.
On Valentine's Day, I almost said on February 14th. On Valentine's Day.
Which is February 14th.
Yes. My mom and I went to Epcot at night. I got out of work and I met her here at the house, and then we went to Epcot together. And my mom loves Broadway. She's the reason why I got into musical theater. She took me to my first show when I was in 5th grade.
Awesome.
So, fell in love with musical theater. And we got to see the Broadway concert series. It was my 2nd time seeing the series. And this time, we had Kissy Simmons. And then, I always forget his name, but the guy who does the genie.
I always want to call him Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Because it's 3 names.
Yeah.
And I should know. Because literally Andy says it all the time. Being on the team at the New Amsterdam Theater. So, it's Michael. And it's Michael, and it's something. And it's something.
Yeah. They were amazing, though.
But they were amazing?
No,
you keep going, because I'm going to find out.
They were amazing, and it was another show where we got to hear some music from Aida. They sang some stuff from The Greatest Showman. It was incredible.
Michael James Scott.
There you go.
Michael James Scott. Go
there
ahead.
it is.
There it is.
No, but they were absolutely incredible together, and it was just a very well done show.
That's
I absolutely loved it. So if you see the Broadway concert series, you know that sometimes they will do solos of things maybe they wish they could have sang on Broadway or roles that they would want to have. And he was like, since I'm the genie, I'm going to make this happen in my own reality of a role that I would never get cast for, but because I'm the genie, I can do it. And he's saying "Poor Unfortunate Souls" from The Little Mermaid.
My
and it
stars.
was
I love that.
Iconic.
I'm sure it was.
It was amazing.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And then I got my charter octopus again.
Oh.
After that.
The irony.
Yeah.
So after hearing Ursula's song.
You know what sounds good?
You octopus. I'm in the mood for squid.
Right.
All of a sudden.
And that's like the last dish I've had for Festival of the Arts.
Oh, that was a good one to go on.
Yeah. My mom, I had her try the avocado coconut tart. She loved it. Yeah. She was like, who would have known? I was like, I know, it's great.
I tell you.
But it was fun to take her around Festival of the Arts because I don't think she's been, or she had. It was like the first year. So she hadn't been in a while. So it was great. Like, she bought art.
It's such a different vibe. One of my dearest friends is there now and got into the virtual queue to meet Paige O'Hara, who is the voice of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. But if you don't know, she's an artist. Like, she has been an artist for years. She's quite talented. And she was so excited. Like, this is the goal for her day off, is to get to meet Paige. And so in what world do you get to do that?
Wild.
Like at Walt Disney World. It's such a fun vibe. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. In a world that is reducing the reach of the arts, to have a festival here at the Vacation Kingdom of the world that is nothing but celebrating art is so impactful.
Yeah, it was amazing. My mom had a really good time. My second moment is that on top of my mom being here, Life Strong Media's family was here, and we took them on the Skyliner. They've never been on the Skyliner, so it was mom, dad, grandma, and then obviously me and Julissa, and we did a little Skyliner tour. We went over to Art of Animation, then we went to the Riviera, got some coffee.
The Riviera!
And it was really nice to, like, be all together on the Skyliner, and it was funny, like, her mom is trying to record out of the Skyliner and looking at everything.
Wait, did she have an iPad?
Wait,
no.
Hold on, it was big. It was big.
She had
what you were holding up. Okay.
She starts
oh my gosh.
She starts to record like this, and it's nighttime. It's a little slanted, and the flash turns on, and she goes, "Oh my god, the flash!" And she does it again. The flash. I go, "Give me your phone."
Oh, I love that. Bless her heart.
But it was really fun. Especially like, her grandmother hasn't been to Orlando in a very long time.
Oh, wow.
And
where does she live?
In South Florida.
Okay.
So it was really nice to get her up here and for her to, like, kind of, like, experience a part of Disney that she hasn't before.
Sure.
And, you know, me, the history nerd, I'm like, look at these photos in the Riviera. Here is Walt. Here is him and his wife. Look at this library. And it was just so fun to show them all of that. And when we were at Art of Animation and we went to the Cars area, I was like, I miss California!
Oh, it is like a little shot in the arm for when you're missing Cars Land. Like,
you hop over there.
We kind of have something reflective
I was like, I'm
that
gonna go
here.
say hi to all the...
Forgive me if my phone is buzzing. I thought I turned it off. Forgive me, everyone.
But it's nice to, like, get a little bit of a taste of Cars Land here.
Yeah,
So it's nice. So those were my Disney moments. Deni said, I hate this one.
I was trying to put it in my purse. It's on the floor. That'll do.
But yeah, those were Disney moments.
Can I say one thing? Because you mentioned birthdays. There is a birthday coming up in my world here this week. Brian, my husband, his birthday is on. Yeah, he's on the 28th. So the last day of the month is his birthday. And
that is so Brian.
Happy birthday. It is. But happy birthday to Brian.
Yes, we love that. Happy birthday.
When he was watching last week, like we were watching last week's episodes, he said, you didn't mention my birthdays when you were going over Dulce's birthday and Light Strong Media's birthday. And I went, well, yours isn't that weekend. Yours is the next
you have
week.
A different.
So there you go, baby. Shout out. Whoop.
Well, we hope you have a good birthday.
Yes.
Anyway, now we can jump into the news. Now that we got all of that out of the way.
Okay.
Like I said, I picked 3 pieces of news that I think will affect different groups of theme park fans.
Okay.
Starting off with our adult fans who like live music,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk Jelly Rolls. So, the rumors started in December that Jelly Rolls is closing. We got the official announcement about it a couple of weeks ago that it is closing. If you don't know, Jelly Rolls is a dueling piano bar over at the Boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been there for 20 years?
Long time.
Yeah.
Below these many years.
And it was something that growing up, my mom was like, I can't wait till you turn 21. Mm-hmm. I can take you to this piano bar that's just outside of Epcot. Mm-hmm. We went last year for Julissa's birthday.
Okay.
So hearing that it was closing, I was like, oh, I've only been one time. I haven't had enough times. Mm-hmm. The final performance, if you want to see it, is happening on April 19th.
Okay.
Now, Jelly Rolls isn't leaving forever. It's just leaving Disney property. Mm. They have confirmed that there will be another Jelly Rolls. We don't know where the location's going to be. If it's on iDrive, you won't catch me there because parking is terrible. It's a shame that we're going to lose that entertainment on the Boardwalk. I think it elevates the Boardwalk to a different level because you have Atlantic City Dance Hall, but it's just a DJ playing some music.
It is snoozy city. Good views from the second floor balcony. Really cool
especially
views.
For fireworks.
But nice, my gosh.
But
woo.
Yeah. Oof. So that's a little saddening. A lot of people love Jelly Rolls. There's a lot of cast members that go to Jelly Rolls because there are nights that cast members get in for free. And there's sort of a community surrounding Jelly Rolls. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's kind of sad to see it go because it's watching a community kind of dissipate.
Definitely. It's so I was there recently. I didn't go in. I didn't go into Jelly Rolls, but it seemed hopping. I ended up in Atlantic Dance Hall. Woo! But we were with friends, so it was fun. But I gotta wonder, now I'm not a clubbing kind of person, but I'm wondering if the thought of having a cover charge to get into a nightclub is an antiquated thought. At least for Walt Disney World property. Yeah. I mean, gone are the days of Pleasure Island, where you had mannequins, you just everything all right there, all the dance clubs. And initially, you had to pay a cover charge to get into Pleasure Island. So I'm just wondering if that helped to usher in its demise a little bit here at the end. Because it is kind of a jarring thing to kind of go, oh, what, I have to pay to come in this and pay more. Yeah, it's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
So also for families, it's a no-go to begin with. Kids might enjoy those pianos. I know it's a club, I know it's a bar, but it's just at a location that a lot of families will be at to charge a cover charge to come on in and charge more for drinks is, I don't know, it seems weird to me.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue with Jelly Rolls when we went was that there was no food.
None at all?
None, just popcorn. But I didn't want popcorn.
No. But not everybody can eat popcorn. And when you're throwing back alcohol, you need a little bit more than popcorn to soak things up.
And we were also there when the Super Bowl was playing, and so I was watching the Super Bowl on my phone. But
okay,
I just think, I don't know. I don't know what they are going to replace it with, what they're going to do. But I know for the people that go there on a regular basis, this is a big thing for them.
Absolutely.
Same thing for the performers that play the pianos and sing and stuff. They have so much fun doing it, and so it's sad to see them not be able to continue.
So pour one out for Jelly Rolls.
Yeah.
So
we'll see where they go.
For sure.
The other one is for all of our friends who enjoy new attractions at Walt Disney World, but don't like waking up at 6:55 a.m. to try to get a virtual queue through the My Disney Experience app. We are here to tell you that Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, and Tiana's Bayou Adventure on February 25th will no longer use a virtual queue.
Yeah, so excited about that. It is about dang time for Guardians. I mean, it's over 2 years old, and And so it is about time for us to not have to stress. It's so funny because you talk about, and I don't want to call it like corporate greed or anything like that, but you talk about companies that are a little out of touch with the guest experience, making us have to wake up that early if we want to get on the attraction. I know we don't all have to get on the attraction, but if we want to, we've got to get up. Like you said, at 6:55, you turn off the Wi-Fi, you do all the dances it takes to hit that, update button and refresh button and try to get, join the virtual queue. Now we're not going to have to do it anymore. I am okay with that. Tron is working very successfully with a standby line. This is not the weeping and gnashing of teeth that you would think it would be. And so Guardians, that's awesome. And Brian forwarded me, right after I'd seen it myself, a social post that was taken about that. Right after you find out the thing is stolen by the Celestial, and then everybody moves forward, they're working on queues.
Yes, I saw that they were putting up stanchions, which is really great because normally right now it's like a wild herd of cows.
Oh, it's awful.
Running through
It's
there.
awful. It is.
It's like worse than the I-4 merge of the 417 to I-4. Right. It's horrible.
We are cattle.
Yeah.
Moo.
So I saw that they're putting up those stanchions, and I think that's great to help the flow of coming out of that room. I think it's going to be a great thing. Do I think that the rope dropping experience is going to be wild? Yes. Everyone's going to want to rope drop Guardians.
Yep.
But with that...
That's fine.
But with that, I would say plan to ride in the evening.
Exactly. Get it out of your system. They're going to walk. I'm sure guests and cast members will walk the group back to Guardians, a la Toy Story Land. Years ago, my husband actually was a cast member in the parks and was at the front of that line on many an occasion, walking everyone back to Toy Story Land. He can tell you stories because it was like
you gotta have him on.
It was stemming the tide. Yes, he can come and talk. So they'll manage that, but I love that it becomes more attainable now.
Yes.
For everyone. Tiana's deserves to have a standby line.
Yes.
It deserves to not have to be regulated by a virtual queue. Everyone, if you want to wait, 60 minutes in line for Tiana, that's up to you and your traveling party. But now at least you have the chance.
And I saw a lot of questions on social media, even on our posts, asking, well, if there's still going to be like individual lightning lanes or lightning lanes for it. I'm sure it's going to be included in multi-pass. It's going to they're both going to be like e-ticket attractions most likely. Yeah. So you might be able to find an individual lightning lane. They already have it set up.
Yeah,
those queues
literally the queue is built like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lightning lane.
So if you want to pay your way to avoid the craziness of a standby line, you've got it.
Yeah, they want their money. Let's remember this.
Yeah.
Disney has taught us.
You still want your dollars. Okay?
So if there's a way to make a little money and monetize something twice, one stretch of space, monetize twice, they're going to go for them.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a big one. It definitely affects people planning their vacations for after that date.
Yeah.
I know
25th.
It affects my Epcot days because normally... when I do my bestie days with Daniel, he's like, okay, we're doing Guardians. I said, all right, let me set the alarm.
I always forget when we're in the park
together.
I always forget.
Because when we do festival days, my mind is on accomplishing the festival.
Yes.
Like, one track mind. Coffee, festival,
Amen.
Get it done. Like,
Amen.
That is the brain.
This is the way.
I cannot think about Guardians on those days.
Yeah.
But whenever Daniel and I go, he's like, we gotta do Guardians. All right, I set my little alarm. Bless. And then I wake up and I do it. And like my mom loves that ride, but she cannot make a virtual queue to save her life.
Oh,
so
gosh.
I always do it. So now we don't gotta worry about it.
Yeah, nope. You can decide whether or not you want to stand on that line. I love that. All right, what's our third and last breaking news bit?
We're heading over to Disney Springs for this one.
Fabulous.
This week we found out that there's something called Level 99 coming to Disney Springs. This is an interactive, challenge-packed adventure type of experience.
Yes.
Okay. This is their first location in Florida. And it will be replacing what was the NBA experience, that empty building.
Which
that
replaced
cursed,
what was
Disney Quest.
Disney Quest.
I spent a lot of great moments in my childhood at Disney Quest with my dad. And I just wish we could have that back. And I say that because they have made it clear that level 99 is geared more towards adults. There are 50 physical and mental challenges. Okay?
This sounds like my worst nightmare.
Right. The only thing...
What?
The only thing that pulled me in was in the description. It said, award-winning food. And I said that.
Wait, we could go for the snackages. However, I don't want to have to escape or do a challenge or complete anything.
Like Strong Media just said we should film that.
Right?
Yeah. The food is what pulled me in. But when I saw that it was more geared towards adults, not that I have anything against adult-only areas and stuff, because like on Disney Cruise Line I love adult-only areas, but like you're gonna be right next to the M&M store. The kids are gonna want to go do something. Too bad. So these younger kids are gonna miss out on that experience. Yeah. So I'm hoping that like as they plan this, maybe this company will say, you know what, we're at Walt Disney World. What if we add like a kid-friendly level?
Wait, the whole thing is only for adults?
Yeah.
Yes. Online it says it's geared towards adults because it's 50 physical and mental challenges. It's like a lot of escape rooms.
Walt Disney World and vacationing at Disney World is already enough of a mental challenge.
Right.
And physical challenge. You are walking miles every day.
Right. Let me go back to Disney Quest and build my roller coaster and ride it.
Yeah. Why don't you put in a spa? If you want something for adults, put in a ginormous 2-floor spa.
Right. With an app that I can order Summer House cookies on.
Yes.
And they just bring it over and deliver.
I love that. How long do you think this level 99 will be in business?
I don't know. This building's cursed.
You got it. I know. You got to give it. Let's put it right now.
What was the NBA experience? A year?
I think it was a year.
I wish I would have done it.
Now, granted, it had the pandemic to arm wrestle with, but still, how long you think?
I think I'm going to give this a year and a half.
I'm going to give it less than that. I'm going to give it a year.
Okay.
A year, if that.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Yeah.
Lightstrong, what say you?
How long do you think?
I'm far. I don't know if they can hear me.
Well, we can
scream.
reiterate.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get up.
Okay, Lightstrong.
They had me in poor working conditions back here. Okay. Well, I don't know. I feel like NBA experience and this one, now that I know it's only adults for this one, they're both such limited with like their audience that's what happened with NBA. Like I would have loved going to NBA, right? I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was
as you wear
longer.
a Golden State Warriors hat. I mean, my gosh.
Curry all the way. But I didn't know. I thought it was gonna last. So I remember thinking, oh, let me go eventually, and then eventually it closed.
Yeah.
You waited too long.
So all we did was go in the store.
I know.
Oh, it was a nice store.
I can't do that again. You know, I can't do that again. I need to actually go to this thing. Because if Deni's giving it 2 weeks for it to last, then I need to be there.
We gotta go.
Tops.
No, we're gonna be there opening day, cameras, microphones, the whole thing. Hi.
I can't give it a time frame. I'm not really good at that stuff, but I'll edit this episode, so that's all my contribution for this.
Okay, great job.
Do you think it'll last more than 2 years or less than 2 years?
I don't know. I need to walk in there like Kim Possible and be like, "What's the sitch?" to really know.
Okay.
But till then, I don't know.
Okay.
Bring the NBA experience back though for like a day so I can go, and then we'll talk.
No, it's gone. They rolled out of town, their friend.
Well, it's like it reminds me. The NBA experience reminds me of a theme park we learned about in college. The Hard Rock theme park.
Oh.
That was all themed to just music. And
where was that?
I forget. It was somewhere in the Carolinas. The producer's gonna look it up.
Okay.
Doing 3 jobs now.
Okay.
But it was separated by different genre of music.
Interesting.
And it barely lasted a year.
Wow. Okay.
Because it was too...
I've not even
Myrtle
heard
Beach, South Carolina.
I was going to say, was it in Myrtle Beach? Because I've been to the Hard Rock in Myrtle Beach. And there's like a drop zone.
Mm-hmm.
But that's at Broadway at the beach.
Closed 2009.
Yeah, it was too
Interesting.
niche that not enough people went.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that is really...
That's what... When I think of the NBA experience, I think about That's the important that we learned about in
Okay.
class.
Okay.
So I don't
Love
know. I do think escape rooms are pretty niche, but they're doing a great job at City Walk over at Universal.
Well, the Back to the Future one sounds like fun.
Well, yeah, they're like themed to IP that belong in the Universal parks. So people who want to be in Back to the Future or in or the Jurassic universe, right? They get to go in there and experience that. And I'm not an escape room girl, okay? I get stressed. Even though I know it's fake and I will get let out, I still get stressed that I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, no.
But this, from what we know, it's very minimal information that we know. We don't know if there's going to be any theming to it.
Okay.
But that's where I'm like, what's going to draw the people in? When, like, there's adventure parks all over Orlando that might probably be cheaper than this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I think they are almost trying to be iDrive.
Yeah. That's
like,
what it feels like. It feels like something that would be on iDrive.
Yeah. Why is this... Like, the NBA experience seemed more elevated. I mean, Adam Silver showed up for the grand opening, for crying out loud. He didn't show up for anything. So, why are we bringing this in now? I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think...
I would have preferred another restaurant.
Yes.
More food.
Snacks.
Yes. That's what we want.
Just give us snacks.
Yes.
A big snack buffet.
Yeah. Well, now that we've shared this news with you guys, we want to know how you feel about this news. Right? Did any of these 3 stories stick out to you? Is this going to affect your vacation planning? Are you happy or sad about the virtual queues?
And how long do you think Level 99 will be in existence at Disney Springs?
Yeah. I mean, the people in the picture that was posted, they look like they're having a great time.
They're very happy. They are so happy to be there.
We'll go review the food.
Unless they want to charge us for the entire experience to go inside, in which case we will not.
No.
No.
We will not be doing that if that's the case. Exactly. But yeah, let us know how you feel all about that. That's all we have. But get ready, because we're going to film a second episode today that's just Q&As. So your question that you asked us might be answered in an episode coming out after this.
And it's going to be rapid fire. We're going to go through those questions and answers quickly, okay? So tune in. Tune in for that. So thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to follow along with me on my adventures, you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube at Deni_Sunderly. And where can people find you?
You can find me over at Healthy Dose of Erica on Instagram, Threads, literally everywhere that is on social media. Healthy Dose of Erica, of course, on YouTube as well. So if you want to hang out, Come hang out.
There you go. And as always, like we mentioned earlier, you want to make sure you're following Magic Matters Pod on Instagram, on YouTube, because breaking news like this news, when it happens, Erica will jump in there with lightning speed and be able to repost everything and make sure that you all have the heads up. And so whatever breaking news is happening in your life this week, whether it be happy or sad or somewhere in between, please always remember that magic matters.